So to answer the first question, how did I get my first customers? After my film venture failed, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. And I did even attempt to go and talk to some recruiters before I realized that my heart wasn't in it and I really wanted to start another venture. And
Right.
as I was talking to different people, I met two guys who were starting a mobile design and development company. And that was around more than 10 years ago when those things were just starting out. They weren't, it wasn't something that was so commonplace like it is now. And I found out about a class called that was taught at Stanford Business School called Startup Boards. And I wanted to take that class, but I needed to take it with a company that I no longer had. So I offered them to take a class together. And as we were taking the class together, I became their strategic advisor. And then further, I became their chief financial officer, chief strategy officer, and began working with them. And I worked with them for 10 months, bringing them from pre-revenue to revenue and helping them define their pricing strategy, their client acquisition strategy, their growth strategy, etc. And after that, I set up the startup station. But having that time and also having the 2 years from my first venture, which failed, allowed me to build an initial network where my first clients came for the startup station from the word of mouth. And so, but eventually, word of mouth is not going to get you far. So eventually the word of mouth dried. And what I did after is I created my own meetup in New York, which grew to 3,000 people in New York and 1,000 in Boston. And I began teaching finance to entrepreneurs. I had classes of 15 to 20 people. I was getting spaces from law firms, consulting firms, accounting firms, wealth management firms. Soon I was filling boardrooms of 40 founders that all wanted to learn about valuation and startup finance and accounting, all the things that you find confusing. And I was teaching 3-hour finance classes for $25. So for me, it was, I was making a little bit of money. The people who came, they were serious because they were paying. I did not do it for free. But it was really a business development opportunity for me because in the 3 hours, they can't really learn finance. But what they can learn is that I know finance and that they need to know it if they want to succeed. And so I used it as a great client conversion tool for many years, paying $15 a month to meetup.com. And then in the time, I began producing more of the free content and build the thought leadership and developed the client referral network. And so now I get my clients, through all of the other sources as well as continuous speaking engagements.